What is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Tree City Trading. As always, I'm your host, TreeCityWes, and we got a very exciting episode today. I'm going to be giving my first interview here. I'm going to bring up Crypto Bruh to the stage here. So everybody give a welcome to Crypto Bruh. Welcome, welcome. How you doing, sir?
What's up? I'm chilling. I'm feeling
Awesome.
I'm feeling awesome. This Friday.
That's great. That's great. So everybody out there, let me know if you can hear if the audio is good, if you can hear me, if you can hear Bruh very clear. But this is exciting. This is my first interview. I don't know if this is an interview, more of a chill session, more of a discussion, but this is really exciting. Welcome.
Yeah, this is I've only streamed with so many other like crypto YouTubers, so it's still a first for me every time I jump on the stream with someone, bro.
For sure, for sure. Oh, this is good. So I saw you were DJing last night. I saw you tweeting at like 4 in the morning. I was like, is he gonna make it to the stream? How was the show?
Man, that was crazy. It was actually really nice for a Thursday. I forgot it was Labor Day weekend, and then the energy is always different on Labor Day weekend because Thursday night, at least in New York City, it feels like it's the Saturday. Like for everyone who took off the like whole weekend, they're like, I'm taking 5 days off.
Thirsty Thursdays, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was calling it thick Thursdays. Yeah. It was a lot of people in there. But you know what I do, bro? I drink water, you know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I jump in bed as soon as I get home, and then I'm like, yo, I'm gonna wake up in the morning, we're gonna talk some crypto.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, welcome to the stream. As always, I like to start my streams off looking at the price of Zen, taking a look at the crypto markets in general. So you see this pretty big dip we had last night. What do you think about this?
Yeah, man, I mean, I wish I was buying Zen. I mean, I guess I'm not a purchaser of of the product that I mine, but I do want to buy some more. So I hope it keeps going lower. But in my opinion, I'm still like sold that this whole debacle of selling is just people exhausting the like last bit of the Zen that they have.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, it's the very end of it, man. But it's cool to see it do this type of stuff because there's not too many cryptos that actually like sell all the way out. You know, most cryptos they kind of get close to being almost all oversold and all over the place, you know.
Yeah, but, for sure.
Zen is, I think, in my opinion, it's one of the only coins where we're really gonna see what a bottom is.
Yeah. You can look on the RSI here on the daily. It's really starting to get down there below that 30 level at the bottom.
It's got a cinder block. We're the mafia.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I always have this theory, you know, when they make these wicks, it's got to retrace the wicks. So I wonder if we're going to come all the way down here. How low do you think we'll actually go? You know, I'm kind of eyeing this 605 range.
Yeah. I'm 605. I'm looking at 602.
602? Gotcha.
Yeah, because that's what I'm feeling. Like, I feel like this is on my stream, I've been calling it Zenian on Zenian action because it's just the miners that mine Zen taking profits for whatever peanuts they can potentially get for the last, 300 and something days worth of time. So there could be the potential opportunity for it to just get the cinder block to the bottom of the lake. Because of the way the real crypto markets are performing. Like, hey man, you said it was gonna be 30K by Friday. I was like, I don't know, man.
I know. So I will say that. Here, let me go switch over to Bitcoin real quick. I will say that. So I said that with the thought that one of the ETFs would get approved yesterday. So I did not expect all 7 to get rejected. I mean, I don't know why I didn't expect that. What else should we expect, really?
I know, right? It's that's like what's funny about crypto though, is you know that it's going somewhere because there's so many people trying to build out the like infrastructure. But I guess I'm calling it the commercial phase. It's like the free marketing to get it to everybody, especially now, like 6 like ETFs at one time. That's so disrespectful.
I know. It's a joke. I mean, especially after the judge just came out and said, you can't use this reason to reject the Bitcoin ETF. And then they, next day, 7 rejected. So they're going to have to reject them again. And if they do, they'll have to come up with all new reasons for it. It's very interesting.
Hey, they're squeezing their rejection rate.
Yeah.
We're going to get to a point, they're going to say something so obscene, and then everyone's going to be like, wow, we're really here right now.
It's getting there, man. It's really cool to see Congress and all these senators come out. Warren Davidson in my state in Ohio, he's tweeting hashtag fire Gary Gensler. And that's a congressman saying that, so I think that's really cool.
Yeah. I'm excited for 2024 and the political side of crypto infrastructure. I think crypto getting really installed inside of the U.S. I hate the government, but the U.S. government, we do kind of have to, find our regulational area in the U.S. government. That way, people can take crypto like on the streets. Like that's what I'm ready for. I'm ready to be walking down the street in Brooklyn, and then I go see there's hot dog stands on every single corner. Like the hot dog stand should be taking Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Or Ethereum or Zen,
Yeah.
It's like
even stable coins, toss them some Tether or something, I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, that's what I see a future in New York City where it's gonna have to be like that, because the way that the dollar is going, you're better off. Like actually you'd be running the block if all of a sudden you just switched up your currency and everybody else is taking dollars and you're like, hey, I'm the only corner street guy taking Bitcoins.
Yeah.
For any corner street out there.
No, that's one thing I really appreciate about you. You're very open about living in New York, and the regulation there is pretty tight, pretty crazy. It's hard to participate in crypto when you're in a state like that. So what is that like living in that environment?
It takes a lot of realization that there's only going to be a choke channel, like what Charles was saying. Cardano founder.
Yeah.
But those choke points are for regulation, and that's why they're using New York to figure out this style of how does someone live their life, and we tax them. That's kind of how I feel with living in New York and being in crypto and like being public about it. It's basically me. I always say there's always people in the blockchain that are going to forever wear a ski mask, but crypto is becoming clear net, and you don't really need to continuously think like everything you do should be ski mask activity.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what's crazy about living in New York. You're seeing the businesses come to life. There's actually a Bitcoin cafe out here that I found because in order to buy and sell Bitcoins with a New Yorker, you need to have a bit license, which that's what postpones a lot of opportunity here in New York, where only so many people have bit licenses. That's why I'm bullish on Base, because Coinbase has a bit license, so their blockchain is more of likely to be seen at like anywhere, because now people can use. That's why I'm sorry, I'm getting off everywhere, because this is why Base is so bullish. Since Coinbase has all of these regulational areas, they can literally give the developer Base now and say, hey, build something on this, and then we'll be able to bring it to market.
Yeah, for sure. That's true with Coinbase. And that's interesting about the bit license too. That's there. I think crypto there's good regulation and there's bad regulation, and in a way, like the bit license does enable businesses to transact in crypto, but it's almost too overreaching and too overarching. It's prohibitive. It's tough to start a crypto business. Yeah, it really it's tough. Especially in New York. Yeah,
we're in that crypto prohibition phase. That's
now, obviously, do you think it's because of Wall Street? Obviously, New York is so hard. The banks want to drive crypto out of New York.
Yeah, I think it's more for monetization, like on a grand scale of things, so that Wall Street knows how to monetize crypto instead of allowing it to be a wild west, and then they're learning with us.
Yeah,
right. That's why they can cancel 7 ETFs. They're like, actually, you guys want to learn what an ETF cancel is like, since we're learning about cryptocurrency? Like, this is what it's like for your ETF to get canceled.
Oh, for sure. Especially with BlackRock. Can you believe that? They've only had like 1 ETF canceled ever. Gary
Mhm.
Gensler's got some balls, man. He's just like, no, no crypto for you.
Not till 2026, Gary said.
Yep.
So I'll be out in 26. But like going back to the bit license thing, it's actually good for a business because I found this Bitcoin cafe because I go and I check it and I like update myself on like, is there any new businesses? It also is a way for me to see what or who out there is really trying to play the game. Like another person who just got a bit license is MoonPay, but they don't have a really good regulational bit license, so they can't do everything Coinbase can do. And that like taught me that there's going to be even levels to your regulation.
Sure.
Yeah, and that's how you build business though. I once upon a time ago worked in a small business in a streetwear boutique in San Francisco when I was in college. Literally it was like me, the owner, and 2 other people. So I learned a lot about like trying to expand or trying to grow, and it's really hard when you have all these regulations.
Yeah.
You got to do it the right way.
Exactly.
You can't just go and just freestyle because you'll have the worst.
Yeah, for sure.
The
Funny
worst
story about
authority.
MoonPay. I like MoonPay and the idea of MoonPay. I like that they're a U.S. company, and I was using them regularly, and I would participate. I'm a big Cardano fan. I love Cardano. I love the CNFTs. I have hundreds of Cardano NFTs, and that was my on-ramp, was MoonPay. So I'd buy some Cardano with MoonPay, have it sent to my Ada wallet. One day I went to log in, and they're like, your account's blocked. So I tried to open another account, and they're like, your Visa card's blocked, your Social Security's blocked, and I can't get an explanation why. I don't know why. I don't know what I did. I didn't do anything malicious. I'm just buying these stupid cartoons, cartoon NFTs, little profile pics.
That's probably what happened to you.
Yeah, and
It's funny on you.
so even today, I would like, because I'm always looking for a good on ramp. But yeah, I can't use MoonPay. I support them being a U.S. company and everything, but they won't even tell me why I'm blocked.
You know what's crazy? I had that same experience with Gemini
Really?
Exchange. Yeah, that was they have a bit license, so I was trying to use them, but they blocked me because I sent Ethereum directly to a smart contract.
Oh no.
And yeah, that was their flag. It was like, oh wait, hold on, you're not sending it to an address. This is like a direct smart contract. But that was way back, like 2019, 18.
Yeah.
And they flagged me, and I've never been able to go back. So
I'm pretty
Coinbase.
surprised to see this dip on Bitcoin right now. We're kind of coming down. We're under 26,000 now, 25,750. So I'm surprised people are selling on the announcement of the delays. So they even though they did reject the ETFs, they're just delaying them 45 days. And
Yeah.
Bitcoin holders said, "No, I want out." That's kind of interesting. I wonder how low do you think we'll go here?
Well, my bottom where I want to see Bitcoin maybe by November. So this is like a 90-day outlook almost. Well, I guess we're at today's September 1st. Okay, so it's not 90 days anymore, it's 60 days. But back in August, I was saying it could maybe go back to $15,000. And it would be more of like a capitulation concept where there's something that happens in the world that no one knew was going to happen. Kind of like COVID-19,
Yeah.
Like no one knew the magnitude of effect it would have on the planet.
Sure.
Like,
And there's a lot of things that could do. There's obviously the Russia-Ukrainian situation. There's the Taiwan situation. There's the U.S. dollar collapsing. All these different things could happen. It kind of feels like we're teetering on the brink, right?
Oh yeah, we're like right at something. But that's why I'm happy I'm in Zen.
Yeah, same.
The thing is that what Zen is teaching me is that all of these coins, this is the problem with having a lot of inflation from VC funding and hopium. And that's the cause of all of the coins now. Every coin I look at, I'm like, damn, this is very inflated. Like you think of Bitcoin, it's like, yeah, it should kind of retrace $10,000 so it can get back to a retail level, and
Yep.
It's kind of weird when you think of crypto and the freedom it's supposed to bring, but yet we know it has to go back to like retail.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Zen is building retail as a partnership, with the way that the coin is made, so that retail and coin, I guess you can say, are together, and they're not two separate entities of like industry. That's something I love about Zen. For instance, Zen is like so digital. We don't even do outside marketing. Like nobody's like outside hidden streets.
It's us, it's me and you, right?
Yeah, that's how digital it is. I mean, we could benefit from some people going outside, and sometimes I'm like, okay, maybe I should go outside because it would just extend, the not like belief system, but it would just extend the knowledge of how simple Zen is. Similar to how people should be outside telling people, why are you selling your Bitcoins? Right now, there's Taproot, there's ordinals.
Yeah.
I'm over here looking at it like, ooh, it's going down. Like, I'm about to get some cheap Bitcoins.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, it's over. The tech is whack,
Yeah.
So, man, the perception is changing rapidly. But the VC funding concept that Zen has totally targeted and identified is making it stand out and making all these other coins look like they need to pull back so they can scare everyone. Get them shaking in their boots.
So you do think we could fall another 99% though? So if we fall all the way down to 603, so with my vision of Zen, I always kind of picture this inflection point. At some point in the future, the supply is gonna stop growing exponentially, and it's gonna slowly kind of make this nice rounded bottom as the supply continues to get burned and mint slower. It's going to have that Bitcoin effect, kind of like the halving has, and it's going to start. But I could see it going down that low. It's just how low can it go is the big question. I think it will continue down for a while, but
yeah. Well, this is what the fun part is of this particular cycle. You could almost look at like that chart, and you can see that ABC that's huge, like it's getting ready to go on the D part.
Yeah.
Or I mean, if you go from the top all the way down, that ABC is looking crazy. And what else is what's wild though is that this bottom that we are at is that the C rank, G rank functionality of Zen is starting to come into play. I was talking about this yesterday on stream, because what I've noticed is that because there's less miners on Ethereum, there's actually less Zen being made every day, because there's not a lot of people participating, and participation is what drives inflation. So there's always going to be little mini lulls within the community where the community members are mining, but not the like retail.
Yeah. We've seen that over the last few weeks, or even the last few days. Oops, sorry about that.
Yeah. Retail came in within like on this Zen Turbo page. What I like to look at is the spot holders. Because that's like, in my opinion, like seems retail. Because even me holding Zen, I don't know, I think it's kind of greedy. It's like, man, I should be burning this or staking this, but I'm just holding it because that's just the DGen in me. I gotta break free of that.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's tough too. It's tough to figure out, like, if you are expecting it to drop. Like, my thing right now is kind of buying it and staking it, but I like that strategy because I'm earning Zen on kind of my, I'm making the Zen work for me. I'm earning more, but would it make more sense to sell it and then buy it back lower? It's tough to think of Zen like that because we're miners. My main thing is minting. I hate thinking of trading my Zen, selling it, and then buying back lower and then having more of it, but I also want it because I know at some point it's going to absolutely explode. There's going to be that inflection point where the supply and demand really kicks in, and it's, we saw it when DBZen launched, and that will happen again.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I'm saying we are at a bottom area for sure. Like, this is I think the bottom of the cycle. Some people think it's going to go super duper low, but my theory on this is that there's not enough people that can push the price down. It's like a small group, maybe like 10 wallets or 10 people that have a ton of wallets, but it's not like hundreds of people. Similar to how you kind of educated me on the DBZen low gas fee base recycling in a sense.
The refunds.
That dude is so bullish, because what it does is it makes a real like furnace to burn your Zen for the low and get your rewards back, and you're just like, you get other ETH rewards. I I shout out to Phoenix, shout out to Joe Blau, but I mean that's what they don't have. Like you burn your Zen, but you don't get ETH or anything. So it's just like you gotta wait for Phoenix to get better or more, versatile. But DBZen, they answer that question. Like, what else do I get when I play this game? And it's like you get Ethereum, like straight up, or you get native from whatever blockchain.
That's honestly something I've been working on, is figuring out how to generate that liquidity. That's the big question. How cool would it be to have a project that it's kind of those horrible tax tokens from the 2021 bull run, the 10% tokenomics. But what if you had a fair launched one that 100% of those tax went into the liquidity to build the liquidity pool? So, I imagine like burning some Zen, but it takes a little bit of that Zen, pairs it with the native coin, and then it adds liquidity kind of to a Zen pool. I would love to build something like that, and ChatGPT can't handle it.
Nah, above its pay grade right now. It's like, hey, you're gonna have to install that $15,000 GPU to get that answer, dude.
For sure.
Yeah, but that's like that's what is I think season 3 of Zen going into 2024. Somebody is gonna have these ideas we have, because that's what's beautiful about a fair launch. We're actually all on the same playing field, so we're all thinking the same, and only specific people find like that extra piece of the maze where they're like, oh, what's over here? When you're playing like Mario Kart and then you jump off the course real quick. That's kind of that's the little DBZen hack that I had to learn. I was like, wait a second, these people aren't on the same racetrack as me. I got to figure this shit out, because that is a game, and now I'm just going to be burning all of my base in through that. And I want to see if ETH has the same. I mean, I guess it does the same thing. So technically, you could do it too on Ethereum. If gas stays low enough.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so let's pivot over to that. So this is the CB base Zen chart, and it was kind of in this range, and I was thinking about providing liquidity for this range, but I was just waiting for it to drop out, and that's exactly what happened over the last day. And it looks like it's tanking pretty hard right now, but that's kind of expected. As more Zen gets minted, that price goes down, but that gives the opportunity for so many more batches to be burned in DBZen, which drives those protocol fees up. So
and you know what else is crazy is the CB Zen is becoming disinflationary in the jump, like because of this. And that's why I'm happy that I understand the pull entry concept, because now it turns into a Zen game where it's like, who has the most Zen and can they stay up? Because if they don't, all it takes is 2 days, and if I'm number 1 and you're number 4, now I have your position. So that game hasn't started yet, though. I think a lot of people did 10. If we had like an actual span chart like ETH has, where you can see each day, I bet DBZen would have ton of Zen coming out in the next like 4 to 5 days, because everybody did 10-day mints.
Exactly. So, I'm one of them. My strategy was, so I did mints every day for 2 weeks, and then after that I did once per week all the way out to a year. So the first 2 weeks I basically just have a mint every day. But now I'm starting to get into the higher mints, the 7, 8, 9 day mints. So that's kind of nice.
It's gonna be a crazy ladder when it's 2024 and you have a mint coming every day.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I set my staking ladder up like that on Polygon. I have too much Zen staked on Polygon, but that was just because it was the first cheap chain I discovered. But I made it so that every day after my birthday in March, it's gonna just be like 100 million Zen coming out. So hopefully it pays off. Hopefully it's not just nothing coming out of the actual internet. But staking is cool. I still like staking. Yeah,
for sure. So let's go back to DBZen on base. So obviously the price is coming down with the price of Zen. Do you think? I'm curious if you have an idea of the bottom of DBZen. Do you have any predictions there?
Actually, I don't. What it would be that either there's like 2 types of roads that can go here from the original idea of DBZen. So Ethereum DBZen, it appreciated in price after it launched. Let's say Polygon, it disappreciated. Like people sold all the DBZen right when it came out because it was so cheap to make. And that was why when Ethereum happened, people thought that same behavior was going to transpire. And I'll never forget being like in the Twitter spaces, and some people, when it went to $10, they sold their DXN and they said, "Oh, go back to $3." And then it went to $5.
Yeah. Oh, I sold a bunch at $3. I sold like 100 DBZen at $3. And I was I was so pumped. I was like, hell yeah, I just made like $100 profit. I'm like, what an idiot.
Yeah, I learned a lot on DBZen, man. I'm sorry for lying.
Same. The Zen supply, I had no Zen. Like, I was not ready to burn my Zen. I didn't have any ready. And same with the Zen Knights. You know, that was another topic I wanted to talk to you about, where the Zen Knights, I didn't have any liquid Zen at the time to participate in that. I still want a Zen Knight so bad. So you still have yours? What's your plan for your Zen Knight?
Hey, I'm gonna hold that until we figure out what that looks like in Bitcoin, because ordinals and Taproot, that's a 2-year technology. Kind of like how in or I would say 2 to 4 years, that world is gonna be insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, my Knight is just gonna stay tucked away in the vault. Maybe you'll see it as a PFP from time to time.
I wonder, are those on Magic Eden? I wasn't sure if those were on as a collection.
Yeah, they're on Magic Eden.
Really?
Mm-hmm. There's some people that are selling theirs.
Oh wow, the floor came down, man. That's interesting.
Oh yeah,
that's like all the Bitcoin I've ever saved.
I wouldn't sell mine until the future.
Yeah.
Because the thing about that collection, that it has actual ordinal fanfare. So in the ordinal world, you want to have an ordinal that's sub 1 million.
Yeah.
And these are all sub 1 million.
Yeah.
They're actually sub 500,000. So there's another one in there for trading card references.
Yeah. Super rare.
It's gonna be very rare. I don't even know where the ordinal or the inscription stamp is now. I'm sure it's like in the 40 millions. It has to double since the last time I checked, which was like around 21 million or something. But
last time I checked these, the floor price was at 1 Bitcoin, which that's kind of my goal. I'm still working towards 1 Bitcoin. But to see one at 0.19, that is kind of interesting. It's the
well, some people they maybe they really did mint the Zen, and they're in profit with that type of exchange. Because when I got it, I had to spend 515 million. And I'll never forget it because I was getting kicked out over and over again. And I was like, the ending, I actually have it uploaded on my YouTube, like the whole experience. But that was a very fun NFT launch. It was one of the funnest ones I've ever been a part of. And I can't wait for people to start mimicking it with the way that it was. You burn Zen, you get a place, and then you put your address, and then boom, you get the ordinal. So it was really cool, man.
And you said 500 million, right?
Yeah, I had to spend 500 million.
It's so mind-blowing just to think of what 500 million costs today, for the value that you got.
You know what's funny though? Actually, when I guess, I shouldn't be flexing 500 million at 6 zeros.
I mean, I understand that was what, 10x from here? Or...
Yeah. So like, it was like $5,000 or like, yeah, it was like around $5,000 when the type of Zen, I minted the Zen though. That's why it was fucking mind blowing. It's like, and I just hit on DBZen, so DBZen was like rocking for me. So I had the whole ecosystem working like in tangent. Like I had the Zen minting, burning it, had the DBZen printing, bringing the ETH back, buying the Zen. It was crazy. And then somebody rug pulled all of us. Like,
yeah. I remember seeing your video about that, how you're kind of bouncing up and down on the leaderboard. That had to be exciting. I wish I had the Zen. I was out there with like 10 million Zen. Like, man, I wish I could participate. I just didn't have the liquid, and the price was too up.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's why I hope we see some really cool artists come into the Zen community and be curious on how they can create that kind of experience. Because I think that's a great way to market your NFT, like using the community to like hype up the energy, and then with the burn. Oh yeah, you just pulled up the vampires. They're already doing it. They're in the future.
Yeah, I'm excited. Shout out to Roz, man. I'm excited to see what happens here. I have no idea what a BRC69 is, but I'm excited to learn. It's some type of ordinal inscription. It's their own protocol. I imagine it has something to do with the game. So, we're talking about NFTs. Yeah.
Yeah, I learned about the BRC69. It's just a GitHub standard that someone invented.
Ah, gotcha.
And it's not heavily adopted yet. So it's kind of like a BRC20. The adoption comes from developers developing, but what the blockchain reads is traits. So you can have attributes. And now if you're a coder, you can code traits into your ordinal. And then now Magic Eden and other indexers will be able to pick up the traits easier. Or if you're headed down that path of saying, hey, I want to build like a Magic Eden, that's when you would be like, okay, I'm going to drop a bunch of these BRC 69s so I can create the index. So I'm hyped that they jumped on that. Once I saw the whole blood thing, I had to hit up Roz. I was like, wait a second, bro, is this 69?
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm so. Yeah. So how is this going to work? I'm kind of curious. So this is a game based around NFT. So you can participate in the game with your NFT. Is that kind of?
Well, what it is it's really based on the distribution of NFTs.
Okay.
So what the problem is in NFTs, if we want to say why aren't NFTs fair? Why did they get rug pulled? Right? That fairness, I would say, comes from the rarities and who gets rarities. And a lot of rarities are actually programmed in the first 100. So most of the rarities go directly to the whitelist. And vampires, they wanted to kind of curve that concept of you need a whitelist to have participation. So they created with Rosvin that power idea where it's based on the blocks, and then you're getting in to get rarity first just by participating.
Sure.
And the blocks is what gives you a good rarity, and the longer you wait, the more or the less rare your vampire is, but the cheaper it becomes. So it's like a two-way street. Like you can get a cheaper one but less rare, or you can spend, I think it's like 0.19 BTC. I'm not too sure off the top like what price that is.
Yeah.
But that's going to be the price to mint it. I mean, I think it's cool. I actually think it's very innovative for Bitcoin. No one is distributing an ordinal like this. So it's gonna be really, really cool to see how it affects the blockchain, because it should fill some of those blocks and pump Bitcoin a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. So this is really just an NFT collection. I wasn't sure if this was tied to their game. I know they were talking about the racing game as well, and that sounded like an actual video game type game. But this is more of like a game theory crypto NFT thing. Is that correct?
Yeah. And then eventually they said you're gonna be able to stake it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and that's why they've been dropping little nuggets, bro. That's why I'm like, yo, look at DXN. Don't fall and collapse under the hype right now.
For sure.
It's a lot of gas, but they're going to essentially be using DXN as some sort of placeholder token amongst this ecosystem of distribution. So they're saying bridges for Bitcoin to Ethereum. They're saying staking. So I'm assuming a lot of this is gonna, be that interoperability EVM style stuff. So I'm hyped, man. I think it's gonna be really, really cool. I mean, it's kind of ugly.
That's what collectibles that suck. That's great.
They literally suck. It's like, yo, this thing it's kind of
offensive. Vampires are not for everyone.
On my wall or under my upside down, print it out, and you flip it upside down.
That's great. So yeah, later on the show today, I'm definitely going to be mincing a Zen Punk. I know you're not too much of a fan of these types of projects where the burner doesn't do the burning, right?
I gotta hide.
No, I'm with you there 100%. Honestly, the only reason I like Zen Punks is because it's kind of gambling. It's kind of built in to be like a gambling type. So like, they're not really portraying themselves as kind of like Zen Shiba did, where hey, you're burning because obviously you're not burning. They're burning for you and they're distributing for you. With Zen Punks, it's kind of like you're gonna burn, but you might get more, you might get less. And that kind of was cool to me. It's kind of like a game of chance. Now, there is always the chance that they won't distribute. You know, that's where it's not really fair crypto. It's not, you know, first principles. There's that trust factor, but I still think it's a fun thing. I'm excited to do it.
I mean, like, I'm not, like I always say in my streams, I'm not hating in any fashion on a like a marketing strategy, because everybody's going to be a different marketer and everybody has a different brand and everybody has the ability and the right to be as whatever as they want. For me personally, I just want to dip my toes into things that burn, and by burning the Zen autonomously, it allows me to be very fair, you know. But like, this is what's cool though, if more and more people interact with Zen Punks and then they feel the fairness, trust can be built outside the autonomous world, and that's cool too. Like, I think that's actually a positive in Zen, because that's real P2P, right? Like, that's real trading, because you're trading directly with the person that's working with that. So it's a two-way street. I mean, first principles all day, but if, like, again, like if they're not going to run away and they're going to do the thing and you're going to take that risk, like you said, you're gonna shoot
to me, it's this is worth it right here. Like, if you have a slight chance to get $2 billion Zen if you get a Zen God mode NFT. So that's a pretty cool idea. More, you know, over half of them are the 26 million Zen. So you're probably going to lose half your Zen if they distribute it, you know. But
this is on Ethereum.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So you burn 100 million Zen and you have a chance to get 2 billion or 250 million or 125 million. But most likely you have over a 50% chance to get 26 million. So.
Yeah. I mean, so like, so like the game mechanics on this is classic crypto.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is classic crypto. And
it's a lottery.
Yep. Yeah, the lottery. And that's why it's for me. I mean, okay, that sounds really cool. See, now you're pulling me in, but because that's what all it takes, bro. All it takes is a really good structure of redistributing the coins back and not scamming. I mean, Trevon always say that. He's like, all I have to do is not scam you, right? But that's actually the fact in crypto, like in real cryptocurrency. If the trust should be built based on the community, but we have blockchain to spice it up.
For sure.
To make it even more autonomous. But the original theory of crypto is peer-to-peer exchange.
Yep.
You know, no middleman, no counterparty risk. Even if the website's a counterparty risk, you know, it's like it fits on however you believe into it. So I'm just going full fair. Might get fair across my neck.
There you go. That's what's up.
It's in post 1 penny.
This is the other red flag for the Zen Punks for me. There's 10,000 and less than 150 have been minted so far. So it's minting slowly. It is minting. The number goes up a little bit, but at first I was like, I might do it if they get to 5,000. But then I said, all right, if Zen goes under 6069, then, or 5069 or whatever, then I'll do it. So
yeah, you see maybe they should have put the number down a little bit.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
And this is what's cool though about Zen, dude. By 2024, or about 2025 or so, we'll probably have so many different projects that, like, what Zen Punks is will be so classic crypto that if the developer you know, makes it out through this phase, like it will be classic Zen.
Yeah.
And we you know, it'll have a place and it'll have a home. But I feel like if this developer keeps deving, they'll keep going with this. Like, this is gonna now rely on them just keeping going, you know.
For sure.
But at 139, I mean, at least they did some, you know. That's a portfolio worthy.
Yeah.
Like, I dropped the NFT project.
What's kind of interesting, if the price of Zen does drop down to that 4 range, that 3 range, these are going to be $30 each. I mean, that's so cheap. I could see this actually minting out if the price of Zen continues to drop and drastically drop. If we see another 99% drop, this might take off. But paying $100 or $70 for a CryptoPunk derivative, it's kind of, but it's Zen, so I'll do it. I'll participate.
Again, the cool thing about Zen is it gives you the ability to promote a personality and a brand. That's kind of why I decided to just start streaming every single day and finding my little pocket of Zen truth, because the social currency you get from being inside of Zen is just as high as the financial currency you're going to get as well. And people who got into Bitcoin in the very beginning and were very social about it, the Roger Vers, you feel me, the Richard Harts, you know what I'm saying, those really vocal community members, they gathered the most everything, whether it be experience, whether it be coin, whatever. They got the most of it. And that's kind of what I see Zen transforming into right now. Anybody who's immersed in it, in projects like Zen Punks, they can immerse themselves into it. Developer comes to life, no ski mask. He goes, yo, what's up, guys? I'm here. I'm social. I want to be social. Like Joe Blau, Phoenix would probably be worse if Joe Blau didn't have a face.
And that was the FUD for a little bit, where'd Joe Blau go? And now that he's back, I'm definitely noticing they're making some improvements to the site. They're kind of getting out there again.
All you gotta do is come back.
Exactly.
It's the easiest marketing ever in Zen world. All you gotta do is come back. Hey guys, what's up? Oh, number go up.
Yep.
Every other project on planet Earth, it's where's the dev? He's sleeping.
So speaking of Phoenix, I know you were big on Phoenix, or you still are. How are you participating? So are you mainly on Polygon? Or are you doing Ethereum as well?
Most of it is Avalanche.
Avalanche,
so
gotcha.
I'm extremely dripped in Phoenix. I am a Phoenix on Avalanche. That's kind of where I'm building, and then I'm getting ready to start building on Base. Now on Ethereum, I'm burning and holding, or I'm staking, but I'm holding at the same time. So I like burn, let's say 100 million Zen, and then I'll stake half of it, and then I'll burn, or I'll hold the other half. Because what I want to see is, I want to see Joe Blau come out of the woodworks and be like, I have this amazing idea for liquidity. It's oh yes, holding Phoenix, it made so much sense. But that's the thing, that's that real DBZen play where I'm holding, waiting for that liquidity answer. I have some answers in my head that I was thinking about, but it would require a Zen game, or something needs to happen where Phoenix is capturing native coin. And that's what's cool about, again, the idea that the developer is a real person and they're, they have a track record. We can have some hopium that maybe he'll think this out realistically, because it's not that hard. The hardest part is getting people, look at Zen Punks. They've created essentially a hyperstructure. They just are hiding behind who's the real person. If they flip, if Zen Punks and Phoenix flip-flop their marketing strategy, it would actually make some sense. And I think it's on the way, though, unless Joe Blau was really dipped in his real world. Because I was kind of getting that feeling too when he disappeared. I was like, damn, because he worked for Uber and Amazon.
Yeah.
So I'm sure his client base outside of the crypto world is insane.
Yeah, sure.
And they're probably,
a lot of times those builders, they'll build, and if it doesn't work out, they move on. But it's good to see him sticking around the community and making videos and everything. So it's good to see his face again. That's exciting.
It's that immutable code, bro.
Yeah.
Once you release an immutable code, you can come and go as you please.
Yeah. But man, how can we get liquidity? Because that is a big problem. Not even for just Phoenix, for DBZen on the side chains. We got XDoge. What's the liquidity on XDoge right now? I got $3,000. That's surprising. It's more than I expected.
Nice. I have liquidity in there because I made liquidity, and now I have to keep adding as it just keeps going down. I'm just like, all right, guys, I'm DCAing into this. I'm here with you. But what I think, and this is like the unpopular opinion that I had to come to realization back in July. It's a very unpopular opinion, but it would be the 2025 theory on Zen. Once that curve starts to come around and it bends and the inflation is visible, right now the disinflationary is right in front of our faces, but it's so tangled in like these narratives of like the whales are selling, Jack Levin doesn't care, this is going down forever. But if you do the math, you'll be like, oh wait, actually people today are making less Zen than the people like 300 days ago. So technically they should be running out until we get to the max minters of the future, which is March, February. That's where there's a boatload of Zen coming out based on the utility. So Zen right now is compact and like all this like noise, but it could expand and blow up at like any time. And where I'm going with this is that what do you say, the blow up won't happen right now, unfortunately.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
But when it
that's kind of what I was saying earlier. I picture that inflection point. Eventually, there's gonna hit that bottom, and that spring from that bottom is gonna be so beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's
because what I'm trying to get at is it could happen at any moment. So I'm not ruling it out. The thing is that the most realistic play would be 2025 Zen is booming, and then everything connected to Zen. Now Zen is the liquidity, but that should happen organically. But it's not going to happen as fast as I believe it should, because I've been waiting. I'm like, do you guys not see how sick this is? Like, we've been waiting for a liquidity token on Ethereum for the longest time. Like, everything on ETH, on Uniswap, is about Ethereum paired to something. And one of the reasons why like Hex did so well was because of the idea that you can get more Ethereum by putting it in the liquidity pool on Uniswap. And then that's why everybody in Hex world got airdropped Uniswap tokens, because we were just trying to get more ETH, and like they had to give some of the money back because it just made way too much money, right?
Yeah.
So in Zen, that's what our real golden goose is that we are connected to the blockchain. And when people start to realize that, like, yo, this is people are trading their coins here, they're filling this pool with Ethereum. You see it on base right now. Like, people are putting ETH into the pool. Like, what is this stupid shit coin? And people are pairing it with ETH. So the faster that actually happens, you'll see, like I said, Zen paired with Phoenix, and then that pool will be valuable. Zen paired with DXN, and then that pool will be valuable. And then Zen Punks, if they can figure out how to really immerse themselves in the community, that pool is valuable because it's got Zen connected to it.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. That's why I can't believe there hasn't been a project with that built into the protocol yet. You know, kind of like DBZen, but rather than doing protocol fees, put it into the liquidity pool and just build that liquidity and distribute the liquidity rewards to all the holders, or as a protocol fee or something. You know, it seems like a no-brainer. I just don't know how to do that.
Well, you know what? Another thing to think about on a developer scale is time. Is in essence. So that's what Rosvin basically got me to understand, and now he's vocally saying it on Twitter. But when I had a conversation with him back in like May, once everything was like $35 break lows on DXN, I'm like, oh my god, what the hell, Rosvin, what's going on? And he said that the community makes the decision on the price. And then I was like, damn, you're right. Like, that's a fair launch. In a fair launched environment, the community makes the decision on the price. And technically, as a developer, you should be working around that. And if you can target your development with this like crazy price at the same time, like that marketing ricochet, bro, like that's like Jack Levin letting Zen bleed out right now, and then says, oh, 333 auction October 8th.
Yeah.
And then,
exactly.
The marketing on that is crazy. This like the suspense. Yep. It's a movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So this is kind of interesting. DBZen is you know, the lobby ends at 10 a.m. so it's taking a little dump right now, down to $1.88. You still looking at DBZen in that $1.50 range?
Yeah, it's holding though, man.
It is. It is.
The only way that this is the utility playing it, like I said, right in front of our face. So it can't dip unless someone unstakes. So we could see someone unstake and sell, but that would be like a mad Cleo, like I'm mad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna unstake. Or like a Black Swan event. Maybe somebody has something happen in their family, you know, and they need to like literally take out, you know, their 15,000 DXN, and you know they're gonna go and just, you know, sell it all.
And that's actually good for us, the stakers, because then we get pushed up in the pecking order, you know, get them out of the top, you know, give me some more protocol fees because I'm high, you know, I have more percentage staked. That's the key.
I think I would get eaten up too. That's why it's like, who's gonna do that?
Yeah, exactly. Like, especially when you see, you know, it's so cool to see Roz say like 95% of DBZen is staked. Like, that's crazy. 95%, you know, over 90% is nuts. Barely any liquid.
When I was streaming with Kindness a bunch, I would tell everybody that we're in the room we're in the boardroom with the developers and the CEOs, and that chart that we're seeing, this is smart chart.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be stupid, because one stupid move and you're gonna miss out on probably one of the craziest opportunities ever because of the way that the supply works. And that's another noise factor in DXN right now that's causing I like to say Zen on Zen FUD, because as Zenians we should be proud that we have a limited supply token that's compounding Zen. Like, that's crazy. Like,
yeah,
we have another token in the ecosystem that you could take a bunch of your minted Zen and get a finite supply version of your Zen.
And we already got a taste of that low supply. Like, it's not just a low supply. Like, 5 million is nothing. That price in the bull run, I think that price is going to go crazy again. Do you think it'll hit $100 again?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm looking at DXN becoming a trader's token. So that's what's happened to Hex. I like to reference Hex a lot because that was one of my first freestyle coins.
Sure.
Like, the way I got into crypto was through Bitcoin, but then the way that I got into DeFi was through Tron. So I wasn't DeFiing a bunch on ETH, I was DeFiing a bunch on Tron. And then when Hex came out, or the thought of it, it was like your opportunity to like move your crypto, you know, into a new idea. So that's what I did. I like got the hell out of Tron, went into Hex, and watched the supply and demand on that thing go crazy. And that's kind of where DXN is right now. It just doesn't have the traders. It just has community. But when the traders show up and they go, oh, how many coins are here? What? How is this coin distributed? What? I could take this coin where? Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, it's gonna start clicking for people. Same with Zen. Once more traders are coming into the mix, and that's kind of why I hope Bitcoin keeps going down, because then people really are gonna find Zen, because we're still gonna be mining it and selling it and creating a market.
Yep.
So
we're
the
basically all the activity on all the blockchains.
Exactly. So like, we're gonna be the ones that bring the traders over, because they're gonna be like, hey, why are these people still making money in a bear market? Yep. What's going on over there? This X coin, this XEN coin, what is that? And then every time oh yeah, this is again why you, as a developer on the high level thought, you have to let your user learn, because if your user doesn't learn, then they'll never be able to understand the upgrade, and then you can never upgrade because you're not teaching them how to move forward.
Yeah.
So it's a violent process in crypto, but it's like, once you realize it, it's like, okay, cool, at least they're setting me up for the crazy spike, because it takes a lot of work to make a chart to attract traders, especially without VCs
in a bear market as well too. I mean, you know, what chart isn't down 90% right now?
Think about all the coins in crypto right now. That's all it is trying to attract traders.
Yep.
That's like crypto 101. Like, well, let's make some money today. Well, where are the traders?
Oh yeah, I remember in 2021 when all there was a bunch of rebase tokens. Like, there's a whole like fad for a couple weeks where, you know, all these rebase tokens, and the charts look so good, but you know, it rebases the supply, so it's not a real chart. You know, you got to watch the market cap and liquidity. But yeah, I mean, that when people see those green charts, and you know, that's how a lot of honeypots get taken. You know, there's scammers out there, definitely.
Yeah, and the trader concept is huge thing to identify, because when you go back to Bitcoin, Bitcoin didn't actually take off until the trader showed up in 2013. And then that's when it found a price.
Yeah.
After all the gamers sold it all because they were making money while playing video games. And then you have the same with Ethereum in 2014, 15, when they started taking Bitcoins. If it wasn't for the traders seeing an opportunity to trade the Bitcoins for Ethereum to make more Bitcoin, there wouldn't be Ethereum.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
That's such an underrated chart, the BTC ETH chart. You know, that's such a good way to see what's happening in the market.
Yeah, because I mean that's the back and forth action between the original. I have this like stupid tinfoil hat theory that crypto is like where all the like pirate degens are right now that don't want to like have fiat, and now like the government's trying to like regulate their sector.
Yeah.
But that's where everybody ran. They ran to Bitcoin, then they ran to Ethereum, then they ran to Hex.
Exactly. Yeah. It is kind of interesting, you know, thinking about that point. We're kind of hitting an inflection point on altcoins where now we're so oversaturated. We're going to see a kind of a tightening. You know, I feel like now that everybody knows altcoins exist and there's so many of them, only the strongest will survive. And we're going to see, that's where they say like 90% of altcoins will die. Well, you know, 85% of them are already dead. So it's not like crypto's going to disappear. You know, there's just so many projects and contracts are already dead. You know, it's wild.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's some would say DeFi is dead. And I would also say that DeFi is dead. I think DeFi is getting ready to usher in one of the craziest things. But yeah, DeFi summer 2023 trash.
Yeah. Now DeFi is dead. What are NFTs?
Oh god. Yeah, my NFT portfolio is, oh my god. I don't hate myself, but yeah, man, I won't lie. I spent a couple $1,000s on some JPEGs.
Yeah.
Now I just look at them.
Oh, there's that meme. It's like the price of ETH is down 90%, but also the NFT that I bought with the ETH is also 90%. It's like,
Yeah, I love NFTs though, man. I'm a collector, so collect anything about collecting, I'm always gonna buy with it.
Yeah, for sure.
The thing is that I think again it's the VC thing. Too many VCs flooded NFTs and made too much gas.
Yeah.
I mean, Snoop Dogg holding a Bored Ape Yacht Club, like that was definitely the top.
Oh, for sure. That video, Eminem and Snoop, like that was like the pivotal NFT thing. That was so funny.
You know what's crazy is that the way that markets work. If you're really biased to being in love with crypto, you would have been able to call the whole market top of like everything in 21. You would have known about like, oh man, this is super saturated. Like these people don't even know how the technology works. Like this could change lives. Yep. Instead we're gonna give it to Paris Hilton.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Paris Hilton or the Elon Saturday Night Live. You know, that was the other big one. The top of Doge and that whole April. You know, that made crash. That was nuts.
Hey, I made a cool trade on that one. I felt like a super crypto person. I was like, oh, I know how to play this one.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So last topic, let's kind of pivot over. So we're talking about trading tokens. Let's switch to a bridging token. What do you think is the future of VMPX?
Oh yeah, I like VMPX for what it is gonna do with the whole bridge staking thing.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be a lot of VMPXs, but I'm just happy that there's an identifiable bridging token. And that's usually where a lot of brands in crypto go wrong, is they wait for the bridge. They don't build the bridge, or they partner with someone later and then their bridge token isn't theirs. So then now they have to explain to the community.
Yeah, look what Phantom and multi-chain. That's the perfect example. It's
dude, they had the right thing. And same with like Solana and Wormhole. Like they could have been a lot. It would have made more sense if it was together, but as soon as you separate the communities with branding and like language, it creates that barrier. So that's why I'm so bullish on VMPX on like a crypto level of like, it's connected to the Zen ecosystem. It has an X inside of it. It has Jack Levin behind it. And then now they've dumped it on Libre wallet and say, hey, what's up? That's the funniest part about it.
Yeah.
Now when Jack made a BRC20 and now he just threw it at someone else and said, hey, make a bridge for this.
Hey, and that, I mean, I'm really excited for that too. So what's your strategy right now? Are you accumulating? Are you holding? Are you waiting for a bottom?
So I'm on the Bitcoin side of things.
Sure.
And I've been accumulating them on Bitcoin. Because that whole inscription idea, I think, is just insane. Like when that technology is finally wrapped with beautiful UI, people are gonna love being on Bitcoin. Again, it's branding. It's just a branding idea. So VMPX printing Bitcoins with I don't know if you know this, but Jack once said it's gonna have the Curve Finance yielding like staking concept, where you stake it for like 3 months and it just like generates yield for the 3 months, and then that's what makes me bullish on it, because people are going to be having to stake it for a long time, and there's only 108 million, and then people are going to be turning it into XN, so the token is going to become disinflationary before people even know.
Yep.
And like, I mean, once people catch on, like, again, the traders will show up, they'll see the tokenomics,
and that's the craziest part. Like for me, you know, that sounds, when you say it's like a curve, like, well, why wouldn't I just use Curve? You know, that's kind of the Ethereum mindset. But to give that value to Bitcoin holders and to be able to bring DeFi to Bitcoin with VMPX, I think that's good. That's the game changer. You know, that's going to be wild. Being able to stake the Bitcoin side with the Ethereum side, that does exist, but not in a fair, decentralized way. That's gonna change everything for me.
It's also that's why for developers, it's the new token to wrap your strategy around. So like now it's like, hey, I have a community, I want to make art, or I want to make a thing, but I need to be on both sides, Bitcoin and Ethereum. You just get the VMPX stack, bam. What you saying? You thought you're confused? Like you don't know how to do it? Let me introduce you to this VMPX stack.
Yeah,
it's got everything you need to go from Ethereum to Bitcoin and build a community. Like, and then when the token factory comes out, that's why realistically the Zen, it's being built for the dev, for the person who wants to create, and that's why being a miner, you're gonna be supplying their fun tokens to do everything that they want to do. And we have now the bridges all around, like from the VMPX, and wait for the AI bridge, the Zen PT, bro. Like,
yeah,
that's simply an AI bridge, because I use ChatGPT, OpenAI, and it's pretty cool, but it's very censored. So
yeah,
I already know there's going to be an open lane for decentralized, uncensored AIs for people to get to, because I don't know if you've noticed it on like Twitter Spaces, but some people be shilling AI programs.
Oh, for sure. I saw Richard Hart. He posted a link to one I never heard of before. I went and checked it out. It was pretty cool. But yeah, definitely, it's everywhere. And that's a great point about Zen. You know, I kind of call Zen, you know, how you're saying that it's kind of a, I like to say it's like a cache. So Zen is the cache, and we're building the businesses and the banks around it with the DeFi protocols and the, you know, the different projects, and we've got art with the NFTs, and Zen is kind of the money that moves around this ecosystem. And it's basically, we created our own cash without banks and without centralization, and it's all fair. I think that's my favorite part about Zen for sure.
Yeah, man. That's kind of why, again, I don't want to do the downer where it's like, yeah, when will our liquidity be powerful? And it's like, okay, 2025 for sure. Like, it's going to be unstoppable. No one's going to be able to. If you're denying the token distribution in 2025, you just are a hater at that point. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, okay, I know it's going to come, but like, if it were to come earlier, what is the scenario to build out that? And everything we're talking about is just what people need to discover. And in a bear market, it's going to be really hard to get people down. So it's like, to create an idea right now to onboard people is some MacGyver shit. Like, you are thinking outside of the box. You're really meditating on how you can get human interaction with a crypto at the bottom of the frequency, because this is literally the bottom. I mean, it's going to go maybe just a little bit lower, where it's like You ever have that game at like a Dave and Buster's where it's like the Addams Family and you like hold these things that like shake? Yeah, it's like a shaking game.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about like the lower prices in crypto. Like the vibration is just like intensifying, and it's like, can you hold on? Like,
yeah, for sure. And Zen is super educational. You know, I would never be messing around. Like I held Avalanche, but I basically just sent it to my wallet. I never participated in Avalanche DeFi and used Trader Joe and Uniswap and all that. But Zen gives me a reason to go learn and how to do it, and, you know, bridge over to Avalanche and Phantom and Polygon and try all these different things, these different networks. And it's been an awesome experience, you know, and it is kind of prepping us for XN, you know, X1. That's kind of the end game.
Well, you just said it right there, bro. Imagine if all those chains could rewind time and make a gas faucet to go with the chain.
Yeah.
And then they cut out the VCs in the beginning, and they actually tried to not have VC funding. They actually put the lemonade stand on the corner, you know, and they tried to build, you know, to a brick and mortar. But instead, they didn't. They were like, hey, well, let's go fund it. Let's go inflate the token. That will bring in the retail, and then we'll dump on their fucking heads.
Welcome to VC land. Yeah.
All they had to do was make a faucet token, and it would have worked out on their own. Wait 2 years.
So,
I bet Jack learned that at Google. That's probably some high-level Silicon Valley marketing idea. Throw it in the sky and just wait for it to catch.
Yeah. And some things do and some things don't. That's for sure. Cool. So this has been fun. I'm about to mint a Zen Punk. I don't know if you want to hang out for that, but I'm going to mint the Zen Punk and just kind of wrap up the show.
Let's see the process.
Yeah, let's do this. So first thing I'm going to do is not use my main wallet. I'm going to send 100 million Zen to a different wallet because I don't know if I trust this site. So you all can see all my liquid Zen here. What do I got? About $8 billion worth of Zen here. What's up with that? That's kind of funny.
Hey, you got some free Zen?
Yeah.
Airdrop Zen.
Yeah. I'll send it
Maybe
over to this.
Jack Levin airdrop some Zen. He ain't got none, so he can't.
All right, let's see here.
Well, that's the one cool thing of being a founder of Zen. Somebody asks you for some, you just be like, hey, on some real shit, I don't have any.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Like, I'm not even trying to lie or anything. I'm not even pulling your leg, bro. I swear. Go check the chain.
You know what? I just realized. I don't have any gas. That sucks. Hopefully it's
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure how much this contract call is going to cost. Hopefully it's less than $10. We might have to do this on the next live stream.
You streaming at night, you forget in the daytime. This is why every time I go to do something in the day, I'm like, actually, hold on.
Yeah, I didn't realize Gwei was 40 right now. That's great. Here, let's see what this contract interaction looks like. We might not be minting this. What's that?
Gwei hit 11 yesterday.
When I started the stream, it was 12. I was like, this is perfect. You know, now it's 40. That's nuts.
More peace signs that were at the bottom.
Yeah.
The gas it like hits the floor, and then a couple VCs jump online, goes up to 40. The last one's left.
So let's see here.
The last ones.
Where does my mint fee go? All Zen spent to mint this. Oh, it changed. Be part of the royalties revolution. Did you know that 5% of the royalties are too fast? Okay, so I have to approve the. Yeah, we're gonna do this later when Gwei's not 45. I don't want to pay $3 to approve the contracts. So. Or should I just force it? Should I just here? Let's do it. Give me 2 seconds here.
Yeah. What's crazy is like this is why I'm bullish on the side chains.
Yeah.
Like LT. And again, like I dropped that little nugget about how base chain developers can dev, and then they can work with Coinbase to become part of like regulated e-commerce. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure Coinbase will literally, with open arms, if you have the best idea, invite you to their office and be like, please develop this shit, because they want the attraction. I'm sure they'll start, especially if you use Zen. Oh my god! But yeah, the layer 2s season 2 for Zen, I'm saying, I think it's gonna be huge, and we're gonna attract some new developers because again, it's a gas token for the chain.
What do you think the twist is with Optimism? I'm kind of curious. He said he's launching on Optimism this weekend with the twist.
Man, I've been trying to learn Optimism to see what kind of twist snap popple thing could happen, but I don't know. It's like, it's too geeky for me.
So the rumor that I heard, and I don't know how true this is. Sorry, I'm actually on-ramping some Ethereum as I talk right now. But the rumor is they're going to be using layer 0 for something. I don't know what that could be. Maybe it's some kind of like cross-chain. Maybe we'll be able to bounce between layer 2s since they're all using ETH. I can't imagine how that would work, but...
Well, what that would mean is that they would use Optimism as the rollout chain for layer 0. And then what that would mean is that your ETH on Zen ETH would be able to port to Optimism and then trade for lower fees.
Yeah.
So not necessarily make it, but you could trade it for cheaper.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I wouldn't really understand what the point would be.
It would just be for traders. It would increase the market.
Because the gas fees would be a little lower. It'd be more attractive to trade over there.
That's what Optimism and the Arbitrum, that's all they got, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
they didn't have anything else. They tried everything under the sun. Nobody wanted to move to their chains. Friend Tech only happened on Base because it's, again, it could low-key, it could be granted already. We don't even know it. And there's a grant behind it. Because the guy who created it is Fred from DGods. And DGods is a grant program NFT from Solana. So
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if Coinbase gave them money to make that, so that there was something that was not trading, because trading, it doesn't help your chain. It literally brings the wrong people. And I mean, not to say traders are bad. I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
they come with the intent to wreck. So it's like throwing a punk show at a birthday party for like a 2-year-old. Like, it's exactly what you don't want. yeah,
definitely. Yeah, and that's kind of that kind of ties back to the ETF thing too. I'm kind of curious. There are a lot of people that think the ETFs are going to be bearish for Bitcoin because it's just going to be completely manipulated by the stock market.
Yeah, well, I feel, but that's just it. The stock market doesn't know about ordinals, and that's why Eric Wall is a virus.
Yeah.
Because by the time they find Eric Wall, they're gonna be like, wait a second, this guy hyped a bunch of people up to buy Bitcoin and store them away. So now we have this vault of Bitcoin that's almost like a security to the Wall Street, which is gonna force them. That's why I'm bullish on Base and like the idea of building with crypto, because people can't control Bitcoin. So the only way to control crypto is to control the regulation of e-commerce, like a Shopify, like a Squarespace. Yeah, and then you just monetize those avenues, and then you make the money. That's why PayPal just did it. That's why Elon Musk is doing it. They're not trying to get cryptos. They don't care about cryptos. Cryptos will be successful. What they care about is the funnel channel of who and what is put where. And that's kind of why it's bullish that we've already had Jack say, like, you'll see Zen on Twitter. So he wants to make that. He wants to make Zen that, you know?
Yeah,
so
for sure. That would be wild. That would be nuts.
Hey, I mean, it's possible when you put it all into perspective of like, how did Bitcoin start and the supply and demand, and then going to the ETFs of like, well, you can only control it so much. Like, this is what they can do. This is it. You cancel 7 ETFs and it drops $1,000. Like, all right, please just rug pull it already, because you see people are holding, you know?
Yeah.
That's why capitulation would be based off of trying to shake out a holder because they're in doom, like doomsday. Maybe they build it for a crypto user. I don't know. I don't know how you're gonna make me not Zen.
So let's pivot. Let's pivot from these high level economics and finance ideas over to minting some DGen shit.
Yeah.
So One of my favorite things about Coinbase, I going back to the high level finance shit, is that I like using them as my on ramp because it's so fast. So I actually pay the $30 a month for Coinbase One. Use my my card. I basically just buy $100 of ETH and send it, and boom, I have it in less than a minute. So that's kind of one nice thing about Coinbase. But so let's mint the Zen Punk here.
Ooh.
So before we start, there's basically 4 types. There's the blue Fire X, the yellow Fire X, there's the VMPX V, and then the least rare is the white X. So if I get anything besides a white X, I'll be pumped. I'll be getting more Zen than I put in. So let's see what happens here.
Rumble, please. Yeah, you're just gonna show it instantly?
I hope so. We'll see here. This is my first time. So
reveal.
Yep. So price is 100 million Zen. I already approved the transaction, so.
I mean, it is pretty fast, intriguing that they've built this website and all the buttons work.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
For sure.
Hey, some people build and the buttons trash.
Yeah. This is good to see. I was kind of worried about the gas. At 35 Gwei, the contract call is only $10 though. Yeah, so that's not too bad. Sometimes it's like $50-$60 for just a simple contract call.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I sent it. Let's see what happens. I got the claim. It's pending.
Well, that just means that they have a very simple contract.
Exactly.
You know how it should be. It's not cluttered or anything in the background trying to do some extra stuff. You know.
All right, let me see the zombie.
Yeah, see, this is like
there we go.
Mom and pop right here. Hey,
should I make?
That's tight.
Is this gonna? This should be my PFP. It looks like
dude.
That's pretty funny. That's awesome. Now I want to do another one. I'm feeling the FOMO.
Oh shit, they got you.
That's cool though. That's cool. So yeah, this is the least rare. So it's the white X. So it has 27 million Zen that I'll get airdropped eventually. It says each new minting user can cause this number to fluctuate as Zen distribution adjusts with every minted NFT. So that's kind of cool. So this number will actually go up as more people mint.
And then now that's available for you to sell on OpenSea.
Exactly. Yep, for sure.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. That's exciting. Hey, I got a Zen Punk.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I like how smooth that the transaction worked out for you.
Yeah, for sure. I was expecting it to take a bit to show up in the portfolio, but it popped right in there.
Yeah, and then so they distribute, or like, do they trigger that sell to you, or is it just like automated to do after like 30 days or something?
Let's see. I believe it's manual, so that is kind of the. I'm not actually sure. I'll do all the research now that I FOMO'd into it.
Have you Wes, have you ever heard of blind boxes?
Blind boxes?
Yeah, blind box.
No.
So it's like a big thing like in Japan where like I have these like these little dudes. I forget the name of them. It starts with an S. It's like a soji thing. But what it is you buy a box and it's blind. You don't know what's inside of it.
Yeah.
It costs $7. And then when you open it up, it's like a little like collectible thing.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's that's what got me into NFTs, because I'm like really into like gumball machines and like this whole like surprise idea. Like, yo, what did I just get? So that's kind of what I felt there too. They have that gumball feeling of like you throw your Zen in, and then it out comes like, you know, something that you weren't expecting, or something that, you know, makes you excited to have crypto. That experience, bro, is it's unmatched. You gotta love a blind box, especially a good one. We need more Zen blind boxes. So maybe I'll swoop a Punk, since it's one of the first blind boxes out there. Because it's peer-to-peer. It's a peer-to-peer blind box in a sense, since it's not burning directly to the contract.
Exactly. Yeah, so Timo has a good question. He says, so is that 100 million Zen burned under your wallet or by the contract owner, or added to a pool that redistributes it? So that's a good question, Timo. It is added to a pool, and it'll get burned by them. So my wallet is not actually doing the burning. And that obviously that's not first principle Zen, you know, it's kind of its own thing. However, I think it's fun because it's a lottery type thing. So if you get the Zen God mode or the Hustler Zenian or the Vampire Zenian, you actually get more Zen returned to you than what you paid for it. So even though it's not automatically being burned, I don't get the credit for the X1 allocation. There's a chance that I can get more Zen that I put in, and I also get the XN allocation that'll be manually distributed by Zen Punks. There is also the chance that they run off with the bag and we never see any of it, and I just end up with this weird CryptoPunk derivative. But I'm willing to take that chance. You know, they seem genuine. They seem like a very cool company. I like their Twitter. They're interactive. So
yeah, and that's where, and then again, you just showed that it's an experience. That's really what it is. First principles, you can turn into a soldier and be like, Tin Hut, that doesn't do the right things. But what you just showed for me, like if I mean, like, it's like, yeah, I kind of want to do it too, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I want to do it again. Like, I've been so hesitant about this for the last month. I'm like, all right, I'm not doing it unless they get to 5,000 mints or if Zen falls below this price. And now that I did one, I'm like ready to do another one instantly.
It's
really feeling the FOMO right now.
if I do one though, now it's like you gotta stay going. It's like when TGZen hit the rug, but they didn't hit the rug. But I went to the Twitter Spaces and I talked to them and learned that they just didn't think that people were gonna get in as fast, and they didn't have the liquidity. So that's like part of the small business idea of being a Zenian, and you want people like Zen is like what we're saying, bro. This is a currency. So, you know, if someone wants to take my Zen, I'm expecting their business to pop off, but it's all in how they want to drive it. So
exactly.
But TreeCityWes, you just made it look fun AF. So they should give you some.
Yeah, really. Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate that. So on that note, I think we'll wrap it up here. We've been going for about an hour and a half, and definitely appreciate you coming on stream. I think this has been a success. My first guest didn't really have any technical issues. I think the sound's good. I'm excited to go back and watch my own interview with you. This is great.
Yeah, it was fun. You know, it's always fun to just chat and keep it you know, crypto. Like we're versatile over here. We're talking about the real market as well as our DBZen market.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm glad that at least our conversation was something easy. Now you can spice it up a little bit. Maybe you can get someone that's just straight up TriFad and or traditional finance and
TradFi. Yep.
Oh yeah, TradFi. There
yep.
it is. See if you can challenge them on your crypto expertise.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be fun. All right, so we're gonna wrap up here. Thank you so much for coming out. We're gonna end the show. As always, thank you guys for watching TreeCityTrading. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share, and hope you guys have a good Saturday. TreeCityTrading is out.
Holiday season.